Good morning. This is December 11th, 2012, right about 8 a.m. This is just a video to do a quick run through of how this Fantom fax machine dyno works and how it's hooked up, and to show that it is in good working order. So first of all, once you take everything out of the box, you need to hook the dyno up to the computer via the serial port on the back of the computer. Next, to open up the computer software, you are going to simply turn the computer on, and you're going to double click on the icon that says shortcut to fax machine. That will open the Dyno software. Then that is your software window. You'll notice that the first tab says run the motor. That's the motor that you're going to test, the screen that you're going to test the motor from. This is the Dyno itself. When you take your motor, you need to make sure you put the flywheel on it and make sure it's tight. It's tightened on there with a 5/64 or 2mm wrench. Make sure it's very snug on there because you do not want the flywheel to come off during testing. Next, place the motor in the cradle and tighten down on the screw knob. And you want to make sure that it is very snug. It doesn't have to be overly tight, but very snug. And then before you actually test the motor, spin the flywheel one time to make sure that it's not hitting on either side of the opening of the dyno. Next, we're going to hook the dyno up. Make sure you don't hook it up backwards, positive to positive, negative to negative. You're going to flip the switch, turn the dyno on, red light comes on. Then you're going to take your mouse, click run the motor, and this is a little tricky since I have a camera in one hand, but during testing you want to make sure you have your hand on the knob just in the event that this were to vibrate loose. You don't want it to come loose during the 7 seconds that the motor is running. So you're simply going to hold it with one hand, click run the motor, it runs the motor, and then after it is done, your test sheet comes up on here. As you can see, that is today's date, December 11th, 2012, just before 8 a.m. And then you can, after you're done that, you can do a variety of things with this. You can save your results, you can name them, you can type in what you did to the motor, etc. Or if you just want to close and go run the motor again or run a different motor, hit close, you're back to your main screen. If you want to pull up previous motor runs, just click on the Files button and go to Dyno Test Recall, Individual Motor Tests. They're all right here. You can name them. There are a bunch saved in there from the previous owner of this, but you can obviously delete those, do whatever you like with them. And you also want to make sure that down here you are using an aluminum flywheel. You want to make sure that is checked. It is checked right now, so don't change it because this dyno does not come with a steel flywheel. Only has an aluminum one with it, so make sure you always use that. And then when you are ready to run another motor, click run motor again and repeat. And when you're taking the motor out of here, always make sure you flip the power off, unclip it, unscrew it, you're good to go. That is the Fantom Fax Machine 2 with Dell Inspiron 7000 laptop. Good luck to whoever bought it off of eBay. Hope you get some use out of it. Thanks.